Good afternoon. My name is Bob Skelton, CAE, and I am ASAE's Chief Administrative Officer and in-house counsel. I'm chatting with you live today to do a quick plug for our session next week on the final Department of Labor overtime rule and how associations can prepare for the rule. Under the new rule, no employee who has a guaranteed salary of less than $47,476 will qualify as exempt under the executive, administrative, or professional exemptions. This means any employee making less than that amount must be paid overtime. During this session, Julia Judish, Esquire, a leading human resources lawyer at Pillsbury LLC, and I will go over the final rule, potential action by Congress to make changes to the rule, and what associations can do this summer to prepare for the December 1 implementation date. Join us on Thursday, June the 23rd at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time to watch this session and to ask your questions live. You can also ask your questions now or email them to publicpolicy@asaecenter.org or tweet them to @ASAECenter. We've already had a lot of great questions come in. I'm going to answer one of those questions now. This comes from Carolyn Lanham, CAE, from Chevy Chase, Maryland. Carolyn writes, "Right now, everyone in the organization enjoys the same benefits and flexibility, including individual decisions to do what it takes to get the job done. We don't worry about the fact that someone is late because of metro delays or leaves an hour early to go to a child's soccer game. Tracking the actual hours worked will be a new approach, and managing these employees will be different. The majority of our managers to these staff have never supervised a non-exempt person. What are the main differences in the way staff is managed, and what are the potential impacts to the culture of the organization? In other words, what will be different in our day-to-day operations and management once this is implemented?" Well, there will have to be some changes, Carolyn. Under the new rule, employers have basically two main obligations. The first is to pay overtime for any hours worked over 40 hours a week. And the second is to be able to track those hours accurately. Now, that does not mean that you have to give up a lot of the flexibility that the staff members already enjoy, but you do have to be able to track the time worked. So that means your supervisors and the employees affected are going to have to get used to actually tracking their time and probably logging it on a daily basis. There are many different ways to do this. It could be, actually using some kind of a time clock system where people punch in and out electronically is certainly one possibility. You could just write down and record the daily hours. But your supervisors are also going to have to be knowledgeable of what they have to allow for lunch breaks. It has to be at least a half hour, for example, and it has to be uninterrupted. What other breaks may be allowed, what to do, especially with work outside the normal work hours. It's very common with associations that folks work from home or work remotely on a regular basis, and they may not keep set hours. So somebody answering emails or taking phone calls or other things outside the normal work hours, if they're non-exempt, would have to be paid, and you'll have to be able to track that and potentially to control it. So it could mean that there could be some changes in your organization that way. What's nice about the December 1 implementation date is you have some time now to start thinking through those issues and to start testing some different implementation measures that you may want to consider and decide what works well for the culture of your organization. Thank you for joining us today. We hope to see you back on Thursday, June 23rd at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Due to limitations within social platforms like Facebook Live and Periscope, these live feeds will not be captioned. Pursuant to ASAE's accessibility commitment, we will devote resources to encourage participation via the online chat room and then make a captioned recording available shortly after the event. For more information, click on the link below or email publicpolicy@asaecenter.org. We look forward to a great discussion. Thank you.